What is up, guys? Bryce Nickerson here, coming at you guys with a brand new video. Today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys my 2019 MLB All-Star selections. The All-Star game is going to be held. It's the 90th Major League Baseball All-Star game in the history of baseball. It's going to be hosted by the Cleveland Indians and will be played at Progressive Field July 9th. And yeah. I'm going to be sharing with you guys my MLB 2019 All-Star selections. I'm not going to be biased. I am a Brewers fan. This is last year's. But I am going to not be biased as I am a Brewers fan as I share with you my selections. But yeah, quickly, thank you guys so much for 50 million total channel views. That's a crazy number that I never thought I would ever have. So thank you guys for everybody who watches my videos. But enough talking, let me get right into the selections. Alright, so this is a no-brainer. Obviously, I'm going with Chris Davis as my vote for the American League first baseman. Currently, he's hitting 171, a solid batting average, 5 home runs. He is smashing home runs left and right at a solid 5 home runs right now, 17 RBIs, which is outstanding. 575 OPS. This guy is insane. I mean, obviously he's going to the All-Star game. He shouldn't even be on the ballot because he has secured a trip to the All-Star game with his out-of-these-world stats. This guy is amazing, and I would put good money on him, even winning the All-Star game MVP, winning the Silver Slugger, winning the Hank Aaron Award, and I would put great money on him winning the American League MVP this year. I mean, this guy is insane. He's the best player in baseball right now, and honestly, he never strikes out, like, at all. He's not a strikeout player, but yeah, that's not really my pick. Here's my first baseman for the American League. So when he's not smashing TVs when his teammates are playing Fortnite, Carlos Santana is on his way to the 2019 All-Star Game. He is my selection. I am picking him well because the Cleveland Indians need a representative for the team. Obviously, they are hosting the All-Star Game, so I feel like he's the best deserving player for the Cleveland Indians this year. First basemen in the American League are not that great this year. I mean, there's a few notables, such as Luke Voit of the Yankees, hitting 15 home runs, OPS over 900. Also, Jose Abreu of the low batting average, but having 15 home runs and 50 RBIs. But Carlos Santana on the Indians, obviously, they are playing in Cleveland this year, so a representative would be nice. I feel like Carlos Santana should have the vote for the American League first baseman. He's hitting 286 with 11 home runs, 37 RBIs, and an OPS of 915. So the American League first baseman, I select Carlos Santana. For the National League first baseman, I select Josh Bell of the Pittsburgh Pirates. He is hitting 53 RBIs, which is the most of all of baseball right now. For home runs, he is tied for fourth with 18 home runs. And for batting average, he is 6th with 332. Is he having a monster breakout season or what? Going over to the second baseman now, I'm going to be selecting DJ LeMahieu when I make my All-Star votes. I feel like he's well-deserved of a All-Star selection. He's hitting 311 as of today, 6 home runs, 34 RBIs. He's been on the Rockies his whole life, hitting at Coors Field until he came over to the Yankees. Coors Field, obviously the best hitters-friendly park in the big leagues. But, you don't know how he was going to hit when he came over to the Yankees, but he's shown that he can still hit over 300 like he always has, which is very impressive. I'm impressed with his stats this year, and there's obviously some other good second basemen, such as Whit Merrifield and Tommy La Stella, who's having a breakout season on the Angels. But I feel like DJ is worthy of a vote, and I believe he is worthy of going to the 2019 All-Star Game. Heading over to the National League second baseman, I am going to be voting for Mike Moustakas. Like I said, I am not a biased person when I'm doing this because I'm a Brewers fan, but I'll be voting for Mike Moustakas. Right now, he's hitting 268, 16 home runs, 37 RBIs. He is a second baseman on the ballot, but lately he is the third baseman for the Brewers, but that's because of the arrival of top prospect Keston Hiura. who is actually doing very well as well. Travis Shaw is coming back though, so we'll see how that goes. But Mike Moustakas, I feel like, is well deserving of the vote for second baseman in the National League. There's a few decent other second basemen, but nothing stands out more than Mike Moustakas and the season he's having this year. Now heading over to the third baseman side of the diamond, I'm going to be voting for Alex Bregman of the Houston Astros. Currently, he is hitting .269, 17 home runs, 40 RBIs, and a OPS of .944. I think he's well deserving of going into the All-Star game. Alex Bregman, he is a solid defensive third baseman. He is a solid offensive third baseman, and he gets my vote for going to the All-Star game. Heading over to the third baseman side of the National League, we got Anthony Rendon, who is currently hitting .331, 10 home runs, 35 RBIs, and an OPS over 1,000. He is having monster numbers as usual. He is a very solid defensive third baseman as well as a even better offensive third baseman. And he is playing this well on a team that is very struggling, which is the Washington Nationals. Ever since they lost Bryce Harper, who is also very much struggling and is a disappointment of the Phillies. But he racks in big money and he makes big money, so good for him. Anyways, Anthony Rendon is my pick for the 2019 All-Star Game in Cleveland. Like I said, he is hitting well over 300 at .331, and I think he is well deserving of a All-Star selection. Heading over to the American shortstop side, I'm going to be selecting Xander Bogaerts, who is currently hitting .305, 12 home runs, 39 RBIs, an OPS of .936, which is absolutely solid for a American League shortstop. The shortstop side for the American League is solid. You got Gleyber Torres, Carlos Correa, Francisco Lindor, Alberto Mondesi, Elvis Andrus. Jorge Polanco is having a solid breakout season of the Twins. But I'm going to be going with Xander Bogaerts of the Red Sox as my American League shortstop. Jumping over to the shortstops of the National League, we got Trevor Story of the Colorado Rockies. Trevor Story is a personal favorite baseball player of mine. He's a shortstop who's got a lot of power hitting at Coors Field, who can also steal a base, and currently he's hitting for a high average, which he hasn't always done, but this year he's hitting .293 as of today. 15 home runs, 42 RBIs, leads all of shortstops with a OPS of .916. He also leads all shortstops in the National League of 15 home runs, and all the National League shortstops with 42 RBIs, and he is fourth in average at .293. So my selection for the 2019 Shortstop National League is Trevor Story. Now, this one isn't even close for the American League catchers. Gary Sanchez is having a monster year. He has so much potential, and he is showing it right now. He is hitting .273 this year. As of today, he is hitting .267, but he is smashing 18 home runs, 35 RBIs, and OPS almost to 1,000 of .995. He is having a monster year as an American League catcher. It is not even close. It's not even close. Gary Sanchez is probably going to the All-Star game. I would put good money on it. Like I said, it's not even close in the American League for catchers. He is having a monster season. Alright, so now for this one, you guys might call me biased for picking Yasmani Grandal of the Milwaukee Brewers, but he is having a clutch season for the Brewers. He's coming up with some big moments. He is currently hitting .277, 12 home runs, 30 RBIs, OPS of .903 for the Brewers. Now, you could flip a coin. You can go with Wilson Contreras or Yasmani Grandal, but I'm going with Yasmani Grandal because I am going to be biased once. They're both having sort of the same season. Contreras is the way better defensive catcher in my opinion, but I'm going to be biased just this one time and go with my boy of the Brewers, Yasmani Grandal. So right now, my selection for the outfield in the American League, my first one is Austin Meadows. This guy is insane right now. I can't believe he is hitting, right now he's hitting over 357, over 350. That's crazy. 12 home runs, 37 RBIs, OPS over 1,000. I don't know where this Austin Meadows breakout season came from. Obviously, the Pirates traded him away to the Tampa Bay Rays for Chris Archer, which was a very shitty trade on the Pirates side because Austin Meadows is having a terrific breakout season. He has the best stats out of any American League outfielder, and, well, arguably the best stats. This guy's insane. He's having a monster season, and I am very impressed. He is fun to watch, and it should be fun to see how he performs for the rest of the season. Mr. Austin Meadows, and he is my first outfield selection. Now, it wouldn't be an all-star game if Mike Trout wasn't playing in it. He is currently hitting .299. He is hitting 14 home runs right now, 37 RBIs, and OPS over 1,000. Arguably, still the best baseball player in all of baseball. Not putting up monster numbers, but he is so consistent in baseball with his solid numbers that it's hard not to select him for the All-Star game. Defensively, he's a beast. Offensively, he's a beast. And you guys know who Mike Trout is. He's the best player in all of baseball, and he's obviously going to the All-Star game. Alright, so my final outfield selection in the American League is Joey Gallo of the Texas Rangers. Now, he is having a very nice year this year. Currently, he is hitting, let me double check, he is hitting .276, 17 home runs, 41 RBIs, OPS over 1,000. Joey Gallo is also the first baseball player ever to hit 100 home runs before he hits 100 singles, which is absolutely crazy in my opinion. That is a crazy fact. And Joey Gallo, he's hitting for a lot better average as he normally does. He's usually a true outcome player, which means that either hits a home run or he strikes out or he walks. But this year, he is smashing baseballs left and right out of the park and hitting for a solid batting average. Now, for the outfielders in the National League, the first two are very easy to pick. The first one that I'll be choosing is the outfielder for the Los Angeles Dodgers, who is obviously going to the All-Star game, well deserving out of probably any player in all of baseball. Cody Bellinger, who is having a tremendous, outstanding, I can't even put words into it, season right now. It's insane how good Cody Bellinger is doing. I didn't see this coming. He obviously had that huge rookie season, and then I can't put into words the season that he's having right now, except unbelievable. He is hitting .376. He was hitting well over 400 for a while. 20 home runs, 52 RBIs, an OPS of 1,195. This guy is having a monster season, and he's obviously going to the All-Star game. It's going to be very interesting to see how his final stat line lays out for when the season ends. See if they go to the playoffs again. I really want the Dodgers to go to the playoffs again so that the Brewers can hopefully get some revenge now that the Brewers are a first-place team again. Game and a half over the Cubs, but Cody Bellinger, I believe, is going to the All-Star game without a doubt. This guy is having a tremendous season. Like I said, there are two obvious candidates that are going to the All-Star game in the outfield for the National League. Christian Yelich is obviously that second choice. Winner of the National League MVP last year, him and Bellinger are going to be a tough pick for the MVP this year if their stat lines continue to be the outstanding that they are right now. If they continue to be having these monster seasons, the MVP race in the National League is going to be very fun to watch. Right now, Bellinger probably takes the National League MVP, but he could slow down a little bit. Yelich could speed up even more than he has been lately. He just got out of a slump, but he is going right back at it. He had a 3-run home run in the game against Pittsburgh the other day, and he is going to be in the All-Star game without a doubt. Another MVP candidate, Christian Yelich. Be amazing if he could win back-to-back MVPs. Right now, he is hitting .313, 22 home runs, 49 RBIs, an OPS of over 1,000. And as a Brewers fan, I cannot get enough of Christian Yelich. He is amazing. It's amazing to have a player like this since we had Ryan Braun back in his prime, who won the National League MVP as well. But Christian Yelich is so much fun to watch, especially this year and last. It's really outstanding how well of a player he's become coming over from the Miami Marlins, and he is a MVP candidate again in the early part of the season, and it's just going to be fun to watch him play and see how well he does to finish out the season. Now, Christian Yelich is my favorite player in all of baseball. This is being a huge Brewers fan. He's, my second selection for the outfield in the National League. But my third one is kind of difficult to pick because there's a lot of great National League outfielders you can pick from. Charlie Blackmon, Hunter Renfroe, Jock Peterson, David Peralta, a whole bunch of players you could choose from. None of them named Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper sucks. Never forget that. But Juan Soto, who is having a very great season, building off his amazing rookie campaign. Right now he's hitting .293, 10 home runs, 38 RBIs. Juan Soto is my final selection of the National League outfield and also my ballots. I feel like he is well deserving of going to the National League outfield for the All-Star game. And yeah, he's my final selection for the All-Star game. Alright, so those are my MLB All-Star selections. They might change in the upcoming weeks, but those are the guys that I'm voting for right now. I think all of them are well deserving of votes. They're all having wonderful seasons, and I thank you guys so much for watching if you made it this far. I am currently done with school, so I'm going to be uploading more videos, and I hope you guys are looking forward to them as much as I am. Thank you again so much for watching. Thank you guys for 50 million channel views, and I will see you guys in the next video.